TikTok, informational purposes only. Okay, so simple fuel tanks and everything else in the belly, along the wings, and the back there. You ever realize how big those airplanes are? They're awful big. So you got wingspans that what? Huge wingspans. The tanks themselves are huge. So a video I just saw, they were talking about how all these fuel trucks supposedly fit right there. Yeah, 53,000 or 57,164 gallons, whatever, blah blah blah. Anyways, so flat earthers and these other people that don't understand physics and science and everything else, they'll tell you to follow the science. But yet when you bring up simple science like this and actual blueprints of things, and you start looking at the blueprints and actual how things are built and how things are made, you realize that in the center is where the largest tanks are, not necessarily on the wings, underneath the belly of the aircraft or the tail section. Right. So all these people talking on TikTok, they don't expect you to educate yourself. They don't expect you to sit there and try to figure it out. They just want you to go on their narrative because their narrative is right. They don't want you to follow science and follow physics and follow all this other stuff. Don't follow that, because if you follow that and think for yourself, you're in the wrong. You're the bad person. Follow along like sheep. That's what they want. I'm telling you, they want you to just follow along blindly and not do your research. You know, that's what the government wants. That's what this evil society, one world government, one world health, one world economics, one world everything, even Islam and Muslim brotherhood that think that they're going to take over America. They actually have a manifesto out how they're taking care of America. They're going to take over America. How they're going to destroy America. You can actually look that up. They don't want you to educate yourself on that. No, because the dumber you are, the easier you are to take over and control. Because you're going to believe what they say. Knowledge is power. Informational purposes only, TikTok. Not meant for hate, not meant for anything. Just kind of put an opinion out there. Basically. So, if you look at these aircrafts, they have that much fuel. They burn so much fuel per hour. So they need that much fuel. By the time they start flying, they're burning off a lot of fuel. So these tanks are not necessarily full all the time. So yeah, to put that much fuel in when they first take off and they're first getting up there cruising, yeah, there's a lot of people that can explain that a lot better than I can. Actually, I know one guy that used to work for them and actually do repair work for aircrafts, and he would explain it a whole lot better. So much per hour, so much more scientific than I would. So for you to sit there and say, oh well, and come up with all these arguments and not follow the science and not follow the basic blueprints and all this other stuff, the physics and everything else, guess what? Yeah, that means you're not educating yourself. You're just going on what TikTok says or somebody on TikTok says. It's like with these health nuts. The health nuts are the same thing. They're coming on here. You can't eat that food. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do. And by the time you try to follow everything that's on TikTok or Clapper or any other app where they're trying to tell you not to believe anything, they got you enslaved right here. You're enslaved in the mind because you're not thinking for yourself. You're not educating for yourself. No, you're just following what somebody said. Repeat, 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 repeat. You're not going on what you actually know. No, you're going on what they said. The same thing with Trump and Biden and Harris and everybody else. You're only repeating what you heard, not what you actually have educated yourself on. So, yeah, follow the science and follow the truth. The truth will set you free. Remember that even the Bible says the truth will set you free. Have a good day. God bless.